We are back. This is the Furloughed Film Talks podcast, episode 82, the Jason Witten episode. I've scared Max off. You would have seen that if you're watching the live stream.
Max is an agent of chaos.
He's like, fuck your show. Back here with episode 82, the Jason Witten episode. Jason Witten is not on this episode. It's just his number.
Fuck Jason Witten.
Here with my brother, Ryan. Fuck you.
What's up, everybody? No, Jason Witten can suck it, dude.
You can suck it. Anyways,
Benedict Arnold going to the Oakland Raiders.
The fucking Raiders. Anywho.
Is he retired yet?
Yeah.
So
he's now the coach of Argyle Liberty.
That's right.
Yeah.
Loser.
Yeah. I hope everybody had a great weekend. It was an action-packed one. We had the Golden Globes this past yesterday.
Yesterday. Yeah.
Last night we watched all 3 hours of it, so you don't have to.
Oh my god.
Go ahead. We will be checking that. We will be talking about that here in a minute.
If the Academy Awards are as bad as that, I'm going to gouge my eyes out.
Yeah, I'll literally jump into a pool.
Is Jimmy Kimmel doing the Academy Awards?
I'm not even going to look. I don't care.
Okay.
It
is Jimmy Kimmel, then.
Because they don't. Is it ABC that does the Oscars?
I don't know. Yeah?
It is, isn't it?
I'm pretty sure.
So it might be Kimmel. I swear to God, if it's Kimmel, I'm not going to watch. Well, I'll watch.
We definitely
I'll watch, but
yeah.
Please don't, ABC. I know we bitch about Disney Plus a lot, but don't.
Someone needs to get John Oliver to do their award show.
Oh my God, could you imagine?
That'd be
Warner. He's
Time
HBO,
Warner.
which is Warner, which they don't really have a big three.
they're part of AT&T, so yeah, no, they don't.
They don't have one of the three.
They don't have a show.
I mean, he's kind of connected with Colbert from Disney Plus.
Yep.
So the penultimate episode is out now. We have the finale coming up this Friday, which we will talk about. It is sure to be a crazy one. So we will review that at the end of it. Before we get to Golden Globes talk, remember we always live stream our episodes on Monday and Thursdays. So you can go to YouTube, search Furloughed Film Talk, subscribe to the channel. We'd really appreciate it. Check out the Furloughed Film Talks Instagram at Furloughed Film Talks and Twitter at Furloughed Film. Tell 3 of your friends about the show. We'd greatly appreciate your support always. Vinny, I see, is on the chat. Anything that we need to say? No questions? Okay.
We'll do our Q&A after
Wanda.
Our regularly scheduled topics.
Regular scheduled programming.
Yeah.
So, Ryan, we watched the Golden Globes last night. There was a couple of surprises.
Yeah,
there
a
was
couple of shockers there.
Yeah, there were some crazy ones. A couple of poignant moments and a couple of just why do you do this?
Yeah, we don't have to talk about that. But
No, I don't. No, we don't.
They did some really goofy shit.
Yes, they absolutely did. Ryan, what was your overall impression by the Golden Globes?
Overall impression is I can't pick award show winners to save my goddamn life because
you got roughed up a bit.
Yeah, so I got 2 out of 8, I think.
Yeah, so we should explain. We picked 10 of the categories and we stuck to all movie categories.
Right.
So we did best actor and actress,
best supporting actor and actress, best director, best picture,
and best score.
Right.
And so you were 2 of 8 out of 10.
Mm-hmm.
I was 5 of 5, which I was okay. I was happy.
Wait, how was I 2 of 8, but you were 5 of 5?
2 and 8, 2 and 8, 2 wins, 8 losses. I was 5 wins, 5 losses.
Oh, okay. Wait, 2 and 8. You were 5. So you got 5 out of 10. I got 2 out of 10.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, that's probably the better way to say that.
Yes.
My bad. Anywho, I was 5 out of 10. He was 2 out of 10. So
okay, you weren't that much better then. I don't feel as bad now.
No, I went.
Now
I got half.
About that.
I was not trying to
Are you gonna buy that beer bottle dinner before you? Jesus, man.
No, I was not trying to gloat at all because I got a couple of them really dead wrong. I should have said best motion picture, musical or comedy. I should not have picked The Prom. I saw 1 or 2 people saying The Prom had a chance to
win. What ended up winning that?
Borat.
Okay, yeah.
Which totally can see. I was a little surprised.
for
Let's
sure.
let's just get into kind of some of the winners. Best motion picture, musical or comedy. Borat subsequent movie film won over Hamilton.
And they also got
Best actor.
best actor from that one for the best actor of a comedy or drama or comedy or musical. Which is a weird fucking like combo.
It really
right?
is.
Like,
yeah.
So you're comparing Borat to Hamilton?
Pretty much. Yeah, that's what they're asking
That's odd.
you to do.
That's really strange.
It's very, very strange. Which, like, I don't want to get into this too much, but like, I wouldn't even count Hamilton as a movie. Like, we haven't seen it, so I can't truly say. But like, if you're taping a play,
yeah,
that feels like a weird thing to call a movie. Which is why whenever people were saying like it's going to win Best Picture, musical or comedy, I was kind of like,
I think it's like just slightly more involved than like taping the play version of it. I think they do have more like set pieces and
okay. I could be totally wrong. Like I said,
that's my impression from like the trailers. Like just watching the trailers, it seems like it's barely a step above.
You know me. I'm not. I will 100% be like, I don't freaking know if I don't freaking know. So like,
yeah,
I don't know completely, but like from what I have seen, it just felt like a weird.
And literally, we have zero interest in watching Hamilton.
Yeah, I made a bet. And I won
the bet.
I was happy. But Borat winning, I think, is great. Like in any other year, most of these movies would not have been nominated. But this year with this movie, with what it did in the pop culture world, in the political world, it resonated across basically every walk of life when it first came out because of the Rudy Giuliani scene.
Right.
And it made a huge wave. And so I think
they were really smart to like tie it into the election. They kind of rushed the production and everything to get it out before the election.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it was important in, just by the fact that it was played heavily into a huge fucking election.
Yeah. So, and this is the first of basically, if I remember right, all of them that won the big awards.
It was kind of surprising though, because I would have said Palm Springs objectively is a better
movie than Borat,
comedy than Borat. Yeah,
I wouldn't disagree with you.
Like Borat feels like just a series of funny YouTube skits, basically.
Yeah, it's a better version of the All-ID show,
right?
A much better version.
Yeah, I mean, it's like it does feel like a movie, but like Palm Springs is a like real
movie.
Yeah,
very, very fresh version of Groundhog's Day, done very different, done in a different way, done in a new way, with an actor and actress who are both amazing in Christine Milioti and Andy Samberg. So no, I wouldn't have been mad if Palm Springs had won, but I would have been pissed if Hamilton had won. For my own ulterior motives. Like I'm not saying.
I have to check to see like which one I picked because
you picked Hamilton.
Yeah, I thought Hamilton had a chance just because of.
I'm not saying it didn't have a chance. I'm just saying like
it's kind of like
I would have kind of been surprised if it had won.
Right.
So, so that was the best picture for musical or comedy. The other big.
Who's the Golden Globes awarded by? Like who's
HFPA, so it's called the Hollywood Foreign Press Association.
So a bunch of journalists are voting on this? Okay.
A lot of white journalists.
Okay.
Like 80% white.
Yeah.
Quick side note, this is where some of the controversy has come from with HFPA. Most of it has come from the fact that they have no black journalists in their membership, and it's like 80 people.
Seriously?
Yeah.
That's not good.
Not at all. So the other one is they surprisingly
I think they can find one.
That's what I'm saying. And then side note to the side note, when they did that whole thing last night where they had the 3 people come out and basically say like, we are committed to diversifying our membership group, blah, blah, blah. It felt such like here's a statement. We're going to not do shit.
Yeah.
And it's literally like, if you had been sincere, And this is where like the PR stuff kind of kicks in. Like if you'd been sincere, you would have brought out 3 or 4 journalists that you inducted into your membership that were African American or some form of minority.
If you were really sincere, you would have already like admitted people into your membership, and then at the reward show said like, "Hey, we're like the people who voted for these fucking Golden Globes like are more representative because these are like the new people that we admitted into our membership."
Oh, and that's kind of what I'm saying is like they would not have been able to have voted, but like you basically would have admitted people like the week before these awards and had them there,
or like
in a way just be like, hey, we've admitted these people, but like
but it's like
they didn't even fucking do that.
It's
so they're not
2021. They had plenty of time over the past
Yeah.
year to like admit the people so they could actually vote for these.
This comes up every fucking year, and like they never do shit about it. So like and that's why I say like this statement that they fucking made, like, I'm sorry, they're not going to do anything.
Well, of all like the cringe-worthy moments of this award show, like that one barely even registered for me.
Well, yeah, because it was that quick.
Yeah,
It was literally 30 seconds.
Yeah,
it's bad. It was bad.
The other one was having the poor accountants from Ernst & Young
that was
standing
weird.
on the stage with the Ernst & Young like briefcases
and their masks on. It was like, what are you?
That was
Why?
strange.
Why are you guys flexing on us with Ernst & Young? Anyways, the other weird thing. Where was I going with this? Jesus Christ.
I don't know.
Oh, they it came out that they had something like 30 members flown out and basically like wined and dined on the set of Emily in Paris, which is a Netflix show, which people were like, oh, it's a good show, but like shouldn't be nominated. It got nominated for like 4 fucking categories. So there's
I wonder how many fucking of them were on the set of Midnight Sky then. Yeah.
That's how half, like literally though, that's how like half of these like get nominated. It's they know which members are a part, or like which journalists are members of this group, and then they just go and basically buy them off with all this like lavish shit because they don't get paid a ton by the people that they're writing for, or they're freelancers. So they're just going, you know, hey, we're gonna make you feel like you're worth $1 million, and then like you're gonna vote for our movie.
Right.
That's what happens. So
whatever.
Cool.
But anyways,
back to the regular scheduled programming. The biggest, though, I think by far upset was best motion picture or best performance by an actress in a motion picture drama.
That one came out of left field.
That was one of those ones where it was just like, what? Like,
also, I think
hell?
best, because that one was Day, right?
Yeah. What are you about to say?
Jodie Foster won.
That was a big one, too.
That was out of left field as well.
Yeah, so we'll talk about that next, and then we'll talk about Hoodie Boy. That was awesome. But Andra Day, who won for the United States versus Billie Holiday, won for Best Actress in a Motion Picture Drama. This is a movie that's been kind of getting more on my radar as of late. I'd heard a little bit about it, but I hadn't really gotten the sense that it was something that we needed to watch because I didn't think it was going to win much at all. And now it's like, okay, yeah, we need to see this because
we should need to see that one and the what's that other one? Mauritanian or something? Mauritanian.
Yeah, which like we've wanted to see that. Like that's been on
our. What the fuck is that about?
That's the one that's about the guy who's in Gitmo, basically.
Oh,
yeah, and she plays his like lawyer, I think.
That's right. Yeah. Okay. I did really want to see that one.
No,
that one like completely flew under the radar.
Yeah, that it like came out a couple weeks ago and had like no buzz for it, but it looked good. Like it looked really, really good.
Anyways, so yeah, we should see Billie Holiday versus United States.
United States versus Billie Holiday. Yeah, it was just surprising because like you had Frances McDormand, which has been getting a lot of buzz.
Yeah.
You had Carey Mulligan, which is getting a ton of buzz.
Those are the 2 front runners, right?
Yeah, and Viola Davis for Ma Rainey's Black Bottom. Like, those all 3 of those, I would, if you had come to me and said like, hey, rank who you think is going to win this, I would have been like, I picked Viola Davis, and then it would probably have been Frances McDormand and Carey Mulligan like right behind. All 3 would have been really, really close.
I would have said Frances McDormand
before
would have been
Mulligan.
like, yo, yeah.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, you could interchange all three of those, and I would have been like, yeah, I could see any of those.
Right.
You could never have gotten me in a million years. So
It's really funny because like they have all the nominees like on the screen via Zoom, and like for a split second, right before all of them like switch to the very supportive, like everyone on screen was just like, what?
Yeah, it was very much like, and it was Joaquin Phoenix who said the winner, right? I think so.
I guess, yeah.
And he said, and I was like, I didn't understand what he just said, and I was looking at all their faces, and nobody was reacting. So I was like, I have no idea who just won.
Yeah.
And then I see like Andre Day's like family freaking out. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Like it was very much just a holy shit moment.
Good for her.
Good for her. And it's going into kind of, this is all leading up to the Oscars. So it's this weekend we've got the Critics' Choice Awards, and then we have SAG. I think a couple weekends after that. There's a lot of people who are saying now that there's a chance that basically each one of those could be a different winner. So where we get to the Oscars and we have no real fucking clue who is gonna win.
BAFTA could go for Carey Mulligan because she's British, and
so there's a very real possibility where like no Best Actress gets more than one award, for Best Actress. So like we're gonna go in and it's gonna be a wide open race. So that's gonna be really interesting because it's fun. It's fun not knowing. It's fun to really speculate and see who has the best chance at winning that. It makes it a little bit more interesting.
It is more interesting than like in a year where you have like a definitive favorite.
Yeah. Real quick, I wanted to point this out. How much did you laugh in I Care a Lot?
I mean, a fair bit, I guess.
Okay, well, Rosamund Pike won Best Actress in a Motion Picture for the uproarious hilarity comedy I Care a Lot. It was in the musical or comedy section.
Didn't she make a joke about that?
Yeah, I think she did.
Yeah, she like threw down some kind of.
She threw out some shit,
fucking slammers in her. Yeah. That's weird.
This happens almost every 2 to 3 years or something like that. Like where a movie gets thrown into that category and it's not a comedy. Like,
not only is it like not a comedy, but the fact that it was nominated for anything is laughable. Like,
yeah, that's and she won. She won,
which is fucking crazy.
That's insane. That was another one that I was just kind of like.
I mean, it is fairly.
It's good.
It has comical, but like moments. I mean, come on, like Peter Dinklage is in it. Like
it's like calling The Martian a comedy.
Peter Dinklage is a Russian mobster in this fucking movie.
Was great.
Like that's pretty comical, I guess.
But you hear what I just said?
What?
It's like calling The Martian a comedy.
Didn't they do that?
They did.
Yeah,
exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like this happens every 2 to 3 years where they pull some shit like this.
Like, okay, so for I Care a Lot, there's an argument to be made that it's comical. It's like a comedy.
I would say it's a dark.
Slightly.
I would say it's a dark comedy. I would not call it straight comedy.
Can you imagine being the filmmakers of The Martian and having an award show call your movie a fucking comedy? Like
that's you.
Imagine like making it.
That's you saying it's a comedy though. Like don't. Is it the filmmaker or the studio putting it in the category?
There's no fucking way in hell the filmmaker of The Martian was like, hey, put our I mean, it's either
it has to be the studio.
It's either the studio or the award show committee, like the group that decides on the nominations.
It has to be the studio because it has to be the studio. Like
I wouldn't be surprised for some of them if it's just like the nominators put it wherever they want.
That's so dumb. Whatever. You want to talk about Jodie Foster? I kind of talked to her about it already.
Yeah, we
haven't seen
cool.
it yet. It was an interesting.
Have you seen that meme where like she's being interviewed and she's like 18 or 19 years old, and the interviewer is like, "Hey, do you have any boyfriends? Got any like love interests?" And like the subtitle goes like giggling gaily or something like.
No, I haven't seen that. That's pretty good.
It's like, or no, it's like because she doesn't answer the question. She just kind of smirks and it's like underneath this is subtitle. It says like gay silence.
It's supposed to be like the closed captions.
Yeah,
that's fucking good actually. No, I hadn't seen that, but like, good for fucking her, man.
Yeah.
Uh,
We do need to see them. So we need to see Promising Young Women. We need to see Mortonian.
Soul, or
Soul.
as Tracy Morgan said, Sal.
Do we need to see that?
Yes.
All right. I guess we need to see
Ma Rainey's
Black Bottom and the Miami thing.
Yeah, One Night in Miami.
Jesus Christ.
We've got quite a few. We'll knock some out while we're in Nolans.
Do you know we're watching movies when we're in Nolans?
At night, yeah. We're going to cuddle up in our double beds.
Back to I've been with you.
Don't say that. We'll never have another actor on this show.
Did you realize what's coming out while we're in New Orleans?
Falcon?
No. Well, maybe.
It is, but
it's not the one I was thinking of.
No, what?
Isn't the Snyder Cut coming out the 18th?
No, is the 18th? Yeah, it is. Dude, don't even get me started on that. I've got so many strong hot takes about that one.
About the Snyder Cut?
Yeah, well, it's not specifically about like the movie itself. It's just the runtime of it. Like, it's 4 fucking hours.
Okay.
4 hours and like 21 minutes.
Okay.
Are you gonna sit through 4 hours and 21 minutes in one sitting?
Yeah.
When?
Just a fucking Saturday afternoon, Alex.
That's
you get your ass up before noon.
But we're gonna be we're gonna be coming back from New Orleans that Saturday.
We'll watch it Sunday.
True. Yeah, that's not a bad idea. Whatever. It's just like, but it's one.
I think it's gonna be great. I think it's gonna be amazing.
I think it's gonna be good, but like again, it's one of those things where it's kind of ridiculous when you have to like
no.
Just listen. Just listen. When you have to full on plan to watch a movie,
you cannot
weeks in advance.
You cannot in any way, on the one hand, bitch, moan, and complain for years about wanting the Snyder Cut, and then when Warner Brothers,
bitch, moan, and complain.
When Warner Brothers finally gives it to you, you're like, oh no, it's too long.
I did not bitch, moan, and complain for years about wanting the Snyder Cut. I was like, that'd be kind of cool.
Okay, but still, you can't like wish for one thing and then be like butthurt when it's 4 hours long.
Moan and complain about whatever I want, Ryan. This is America.
All right.
And if I don't get to do it here, I'll do it on Twitter.
Duly noted.
Fucking Justin. Just do it with Justin. We'll bitch about the runtime of this movie.
Who's Justin?
He's the guy that I used to hang out with.
What? Okay. Cool, man.
When we were doing the band stuff, he was one of the friends of the band that we used to always hang out with. He's a good guy. Justin's a great guy.
Back to the Golden Globes.
Wow. I guess we should talk about the very first award that they handed out. Best performance by an actor in a supporting role in any motion picture. Daniel Kaluuya.
That was well deserved.
Yeah, for Judas and the Black Messiah. Started off with a bang with a technical glitch where he was basically muted.
Yeah, it was just muted. Do you think that'll translate over to the Oscars? Because I think I think he has that locked up. Yeah. I think that's pretty much a done deal. So while we're in New Orleans, I'm going to bet on Oscar predictions. You can bet here.
Not legally.
Online.
Not legally.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Whatever, I'm going to do it legally.
You can bet legally.
I want a reason to go to New Orleans, Ryan. Another reason.
You have a reason to go to New Orleans.
No, I think that was a really cool win for him. And I think it's a good way to kind of, highlight that movie. It's a good movie. His performance is really strong, and so he definitely deserved this. He's a badass actor.
He's a really good actor.
He's only getting better with time too, which is insane.
The only complaint I had with that movie though was like, unless you live in Chicago, you had to have the subtitles on to understand a fucking word he was saying.
Yeah, it was a little rough at times. But the most, I was about to say heartwarming, and I was like, that's not fucking right at all. Gut-wrenching, I think is the best word. Moment of the night was when Chadwick Boseman won Best Actor in a Motion Picture Drama.
Mm-hmm.
And then it was accepted. I want to actually say her name.
By his wife.
Yeah, I just don't want to be like his wife and then not say her name. I don't think that's fair. Taylor Simone Ledward she accepted the award on his behalf. And on the one hand, it's something where he definitely should be recognized for this role. He should be memorialized for this role. There was a bit of me when she started the speech where it was like, oh, fuck, should we really be doing this to her? Because that has to be something she is not looking forward to. But even if she isn't, and it's one of the hardest things that she's ever done, she handles it with such grace and such poise that it is something like, if you haven't watched it, like, go watch it, because that's true strength right there in grief. And it's a great speech on her behalf, on her half, on what am I trying to say here? By her. And so
no, I thought that was really touching. You know, he passed away in what, like August, September?
It would have been August.
Yeah. So, I mean, you know, it's good that, like, that was like 6 months ago or so. Like, it's good that this didn't happen like a few weeks after he passed away. There's like no fucking way it'd be.
No, it would be impossible.
Yeah. So, she handled it really well. And I thought we haven't seen the movie, so I don't think we can really speak to if it's well deserved or not. And I have no fucking clue how that's going to translate over to the Oscars.
I think that's another one where it's pretty much a lock. I think he's going to win it for the Oscar as well.
That's for a Miami movie, right?
No, that's Ma Rainey.
It's for Ma Rainey?
Mm-hmm.
Huh. I mean, I guess it's a weak year, so.
Yeah, I mean, I was about to look this up just to see who else was in that category. Because you picked Hopkins for that, which we need to see the father as well. Yeah, I mean, I could have seen Riz Ahmed winning it.
Did Gary Oldman not get nominated?
He did.
Okay, yeah.
I could have seen him win it. But Boseman probably killed it, and that's just kind of how the cookie crumbled this year. So we need to watch it. That's a bad way to put it. Yeah. It's hard to talk about because it was a sudden passing, not even really sudden. Like, his family knew what was going on, nobody else knew, and so it kind of came out of left field for everybody.
Right.
And now he won this award, and that speech is it was hard to watch, and as hard as it for us to watch, it had to have been 100 times harder for her to give. And so that was, awe-inspiring in a way to watch. So our thoughts go out to her. I know she doesn't give a shit about that, but
I'm sure she does. I mean, I'm sure it's
you get what I mean though.
Yeah. Someone who wasn't hard to watch though was Jason Sudeikis, because that was.
Oh yeah, let's get to that. Let's
hilarious,
dude. He was stoned as balls.
No, I think he was just really drunk.
One or the other. I didn't want to tweet it out because I like tweeting most of the time, but it doesn't give me the full avenue to really explain what I am about to say.
To be fair to him, if your ex-wife is out there banging Harry Styles very publicly.
Is she with Harry Styles?
That would be wild, yeah.
Oh my god, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
I don't.
We talked about this a week ago or so.
Did we? Okay, I don't.
Yeah.
That stuff goes in one ear and out.
Remember they're filming that movie together, and they're
that is I do remember that. Okay, yeah.
And Jason Sudeikis is stuck at home with a fucking mustache on because he has to
I like that stash, dude. That hoodie he was wearing sold out.
So it actually was for sale.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah. You would not have been able to get one. But he won
gone right then when they said it.
Yeah. He won for Ted Lasso over Dan Levy for Schitt's Creek, which this was another one that was a bit of a surprise to me, but absolutely deserved. He is so perfect in that show.
Something I didn't think of until today, actually. It shouldn't have been so much of a surprise because where did Jason Sudeikis get his start?
Oh, I know. It's NBC and Saturday Night Live.
So that makes sense.
No, absolutely.
But his acceptance speech was hilarious.
Yeah, because he was just rambling.
And then eventually Don Cheadle was like, hurry the
Bro,
fuck
come
up.
on.
No, that was
like,
by fuck you, Don
Yeah, dude.
Cheadle.
That was okay. This is going to segue kind of into another thing. Like, nobody really played Jason Sudeikis off with, like, music during that.
Unlike the lady from Schitt's Creek who they
Exactly.
played
Like,
off.
there was multiple times where they would do, like, music over these people, and it was just like, I tweeted out in all caps, like, stop fucking playing these people off in a virtual
Right.
fucking festival.
I mean,
what are you doing?
If you really need to, just cut their mic. Like, it's not that
Yeah,
hard.
I don't get like what you're doing. Like, we're not like, stop. Just stop. Let these people talk. Like, I don't understand what you're doing. Like, don't.
I mean, at some point, like, they can't talk for 30 minutes, right? Like,
none of them are going to, though. Like,
if you had let Jason go on, like, if no one had given him some kind of cue,
noted.
I'm sure his like kid
somebody in the background would have been like, bro, stop. And he'd just been like, meh.
Yeah.
No, I loved it.
You know what? And I don't feel bad for Jason Day because I'm sure he has some new hottie in the background there.
I don't know about that, but who knows?
Jason Diggs is the man, dude. If he
is
can't,
the man,
if
but like,
he can't rebound after Olivia Wilde, what hope is there for the rest of us?
There's not much, Ryan.
Okay,
Not
awesome.
much at all.
Awesome.
We got David Fincher doing shots when he lost.
Yep,
that was fun.
That was a class act.
We got Aaron Sorkin winning Best Screenplay for Motion Picture. That was a really interesting one. I thought Chloe Zhao was going to win.
He's a big family.
Yes, he does. Olivia Munn was in the background of that for some reason.
Why?
I don't know. Yeah, somebody pointed that out also on Twitter, and I was like, didn't see that on the first one. And then Chloe Zhao won for Best Director, and she also was a part of the Best Picture for Drama, Nomadland. So those are all the winners for the Golden Globes.
Just after this, do you think Nomadland's locked in for?
Yes.
That sucks, dude.
I'm sorry. You just need to prepare yourself.
That means we're not going to see an Eternals trailer for like 2 months or a month and a half, something like that.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, because they're definitely waiting. They're
Oh, yeah.
definitely waiting.
Absolutely. Why wouldn't you?
No, they're gonna wait and absolutely do that marketing game.
Yeah.
On point.
Then they're going to drop the trailer in April, and a week later, they're going to be like, sorry, guys, we're delaying Black Widow. Eat our ass.
I'll throw my laptop. I will be so mad. If they wait a week, like I don't think they do this, but like if they waited a week or two before like Black Widow supposed to come out, I will rage. I will come on. I don't care if you're home or not. I will come on here. I will turn the live stream on and I will bitch for an hour by myself into that camera.
That's fine. They're not going to do that. It's coming out in theaters. I think.
Feige, I swear to God, I don't know you personally, but like,
don't
I know
hurt us like that.
I have talked to people who have met you. I will find a way to talk to you. I will be so mad.
Don't make threats.
I do not care. Oh my God.
He doesn't mean that. Don't listen to him. Oh, Jesus, Alex.
Yeah, I don't think Disney cannot like me at all.
Disney has zero idea you exist, Alex.
That's fine.
Zero idea.
No, we're one person that is a lower level person somewhere at Disney has listened to this podcast. I'm holding on to that sliver of hope, Ryan. What's happening?
Done. Why? Because someone in like fucking
I don't know. I'm just assuming
Burbank is listens to our podcast.
Somebody way down there.
I think someone at Apple or somewhere is definitely listening because we get listens at Silicon Valley all the time.
We had people from an Apple TV Plus movie on Boy State. They definitely listened.
Yeah, exactly.
So we've had Apple on.
Yeah,
Apple's listened. Netflix has listened.
Keep it up with For All Mankind. That show is dope.
And Ted Lasso. They're killing it, man.
No, but For All Mankind.
We didn't talk about that when we were talking about streaming last time. Like Apple TV Plus is like silently
killing the game.
Like
yeah.
They're being smart where they're like kind of quietly doing it. They're just building on top of it.
Yeah.
And Ted Lasso is becoming that thing where a lot of people are talking about
it.
They
have
right
an
now.
In My Shyamalan show that even I'm a little.
Oh, I've been wanting to watch that.
A little puss to watch because it looks pretty eerie.
You know who's in it, right?
I mean, I just watched the trailer, but
Ron Weasley.
yeah, you're right.
Rupert Grint's in it. Yeah.
Yeah.
He probably doesn't like that I do that. Again, he probably doesn't care.
Zero idea who
That's
you
fine.
are.
Coming for you too, Rupert. I don't know. I'm in a mood.
All right.
Last one about the Golden Globes, and then we'll move on. This was another point of contention for people. Best Motion Picture Foreign Language, which was won by Minari, which is not a foreign language movie. It was
Golden Globes is like smoking crack over there, dude.
It was. Some of the movie is spoken in Korean, but it was made here in the United States of America.
Like majority in English, right?
Yeah, it was made in America.
Well, okay. What was the category again?
Foreign language. They call it foreign language.
Okay, so it doesn't matter where it was. If it was made in America, but it's in like Russian, then technically that's foreign language.
So if you had made a movie all about well, here's the flip side. I'm pretty sure they put Parasite in the Best Picture categories last year. I'm almost positive.
That would be incorrect. But like Minari being in foreign, I don't know, like because we haven't seen it. So if the majority of the film was in subtitles and it's in Korean, like it would make sense if it's in the foreign language category. But yeah, so
I don't know. There was some big hubbub about the fact that it was in the foreign language category, where like I think it was either 40 or 50% of the movie is in English. So like,
okay, yeah, so like
it should not
really
have been.
Tone the line like either way, right?
If the movie's made in America, it should not be a foreign language movie. Like,
but okay, so as the filmmaker, are you mad that it's in that category? Now that you have won an award?
Yes. If you had the chance to win the Best Picture Drama.
But there's no way it was going to win against Nomadland.
It could have. There's a lot of people who are saying it's like right there with it. Okay. So if you were in that Best Picture Drama and then you can win that category, then you automatically elevate yourself and have you in the conversation for winning Best Picture.
No, Oscar. Yeah, I get that.
But we don't know that because they didn't fucking put it in there. And so that's where the controversy comes.
It's another one we need to see.
Yeah. It's just where the HFPA makes some really freaking boneheaded, idiotic, like head-scratching decisions. And it's just like, why? Why are you like this? Why do you do this?
Why not?
I don't know. I enjoyed most of the Golden Globes. There was a couple points where it was just like, stop. And most of them were hokey, like NBC moments.
Yeah, I mean, most of them were just like you said, the hokey, having SNL cast members up to do like little fucking bits as awards announcements.
Yeah,
or like the in between, the little like skit they had where like, oh no, you have. There was like the actors talking to doctors and like, oh no, you have tenants.
That was super dumb.
But I mean, I think like most award shows are like that, like, you know.
Yeah, but then you have like really cool moments, like in the Oscars a couple years ago, they had.
The Oscars is just like a whole nother level.
Exactly. Yeah, but like the Oscars a couple years ago, they had a bit where and you can't do this now because of COVID, but sup, dude. They had like a handful of actors and actresses like walk across the street to them and like deliver snacks to people who are like in a movie theater.
Oh yeah.
It's like that shit's cool. Like little shit like that is really, really cool where you can do stuff like that. But again, that's basically impossible.
Are the Oscars going to be like live audience this year, or is it?
I'm pretty sure it's going to be virtual.
God damn it, dude.
Yeah.
The best part of the Oscars are the live musical performances.
Yeah,
like remember they had "Call Me by Your Name" did like their theme song.
Yeah,
live.
They did A Star Is Born a couple years ago with Bradley Cooper and Lady Gaga about to make out on live TV.
That baby.
That was a great one. But yeah, so the Golden Globes were great. Also, just to say this real fast, they had healthcare workers in the audience at each location because it was broadcasted in New York and LA.
That part was the weirdest. The fact that they had Tina Fey in one location and
Amy Poehler
in another location, and they like splice the screens together. I thought they were just standing on like opposite ends of the stage to social distance better. But and I was like, are they not in the same location? And you're like, no, one's in LA and one's in New York.
Yeah, it was
because they kept like talking over each other.
Yeah,
it's really bad.
No, that part was weird. It just felt like they were doing a Zoom call with each other, and that's never fun to watch when we're all trying to forget that we all have to do Zoom calls every single day.
I know.
Yeah, because you're a little bitch.
Microsoft Teams.
Anywho, Golden Globes. We will be doing a live stream of the Oscar nominations on March 15th, so definitely keep an eye out for that. It's 2 weeks from today, baby.
March 15th?
Yep.
Okay.
So that will be coming up ASAP.
It's 2 days before we go to
Nolans.
I'm fairly excited for that. I need to ask the time off.
You should, yeah.
All right, you want to do some halftime
cues?
Audience questions?
Cues?
Yeah, okay. So asking if we had seen Cherry yet.
We have not.
We have not because it's not showing anywhere in our area.
It's not anywhere in our area?
No. Not this past weekend it wasn't. So yeah.
No, that is TBD.
We have to wait to see that. Then
that's next weekend. Okay.
What is?
Not this weekend, but the next weekend. It'll be at Cinemark West Plano.
Okay. Yeah, so we have a couple weekends before we can go see it in our area. Have you heard of The Marksman?
Yes.
The TV show?
It is a movie with Liam Neeson.
Oh, I'm sure. Okay.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, Vinny said it's pretty good.
Yes. So, have you seen Cherry yet? No. Yeah, we saw The Marksman. Another Liam Neeson action movie.
Wait, have we seen it?
I saw it with Garrett.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, that's one with Vinny. I've talked to Vinny about it. He thought it was really good. I thought it was good. It has one of the more hokey lines in it that I've ever heard in a movie. With Liam Neeson, like basically tells a guy to adios out of here, and that was like I don't know how that gets past the first draft, but whatever.
Liam Neeson movie, man.
Yeah. So, Marksman. I think it. I'm gonna be interested to see this now. Actually. Oh, okay. It has around the same Rotten Tomatoes score as Cherry. So,
Marksman does.
Yeah.
The fuck.
Marksman has a 35. Cherry has a 38.
Cherry has a 38. Is that critics?
Yeah, 38% critic, 81% audience score.
I'll tell you what, man. Yeah, whatever. We'll see.
We're gonna still watch it.
Yeah, of course.
It doesn't matter
because it is the Russos, right?
Yeah.
Maybe you should stick to superhero films.
Maybe they should stick to Extraction.
Extraction was good. They EP'd that. They didn't.
I know, but they wrote it.
Did they?
Yeah.
Okay.
That has a 69% audience score.
Chill.
So let's talk about something else that the Russo brothers have been involved with. That is the Marvel Cinematic Universe. WandaVision. Episode 8. Shit gets wild. We go into the past with Agatha Harkness. Ryan, do you want to give a brief rundown, or you just want to jump right into
Let's
this?
just jump right into it.
Full freaking spoilers.
Yeah. From the offset, full spoilers.
Yes.
Just going to say that. Because fuck you people if you haven't watching it when it comes out live.
This is the second to last episode of the only season of WandaVision. This was...
That I can't believe.
It's because, spoilers... Vision is going to be dead after this. Like,
is he though?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah. There's rumors.
What fucking rumors have you heard?
I heard rumors of like WandaVision, like
Wanda.
No. Wanda's Vision creation merging with
Horse Dong with Vision,
with the White Vision or Gray Vision, whatever the fuck you want to call them.
It's White Vision.
But basically, like the soul or whatever of Wanda's creation, like overtaking the White Vision, so he like is back to life. Cool. Thanks, Alex.
No, that's an interesting theory because the other thing that I've been pondering.
We fucking do this every goddamn review, though. We literally jump to the end.
That's fine. Because no, but that's why. Like that's why I was like, do you want to recap it? And you were like, no, it's just jumping to spoilers. I was like, all right.
Then we jumped like right to the end.
Yeah, because that's when the most.
We literally jumped to the mid-credit scene, bro.
Yeah, because that's when the most interesting stuff happens. And we say spoilers, so like that's what the most like everybody's really interested in, like what happens in the mid-credit scene because it's the craziest shit that happens. Okay. No, and going back, the thing that I thought of whenever you realize, and part of one of the craziest things about this episode is you finally find out how she created this entire alternate reality, let's call it.
Yeah.
In Westview, and part of it is she literally created another vision. So one of the first thoughts I had was, well, wait, does that mean she just created another Infinity Stone? Because there is an Infinity Stone in Vision's head inside the Hex in Westview.
No.
So
no. Of course not. Because first off, she didn't create anything. She created like a mirage of an overlay of this world to like live in, right? But like there's a reason when Vision tried to leave the Hex, like he breaks apart. Like if he tries to leave the Hex and like his body disintegrates, there's not just going to be like a new Mind Stone there.
There could be though. That's what I'm saying.
There's no. That's
what I'm saying though. But and here's where my theory is kind of going is, if that were to happen, why could they not then put that into Vision's old body? Because the Mind Stone is now fucked off. Like, could they do that to bring back Vision? That would be one way of doing it. Another way of doing it is, taking that Vision soul or body or whatever it is, because there's some thought that the twins are real, like they're not mirages. And that
I think
she actually created them, which is why then Vision could be real, and why then the Mind Stone could be real.
Well, but the twins like are like flesh and blood of Wanda. Like they were like
true, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like they're born out of. Plus, they were like, so they came from Wanda, not like Vision. They came from Wanda in a different way than like Vision was manifested Wanda's like
from her
grief.
And she was like doing a backbreaker.
It's just horse.
Yeah. That's one of the greatest memes, dude. So let's back up. This starts off with Agatha Harkness basically not capturing Wanda, but in a sense capturing her.
More or less,
forcing her to basically relive some of the most traumatic parts of her life. The first one being a moment where her parents are killed.
In a bombing,
which
Sokovia,
which had a jump scare that I was surprised got me so good, got both of us. That's a really dark and sad moment. Then you jump to the Hydra base where she is being experimented on, where the Mind Stone basically breaks out and shows her the Scarlet Witch, which is a really, really cool moment. And then she drops and she like is watching TV and she like fucks it up. I don't know. But that then leads to a moment at Avengers HQ where she has a tender-hearted moment with Vision.
Dude, that walks through the door. That was like almost... Wasn't that like almost exactly a scene from one of the Avengers movies?
Yeah, because in the Avengers movie, she says like Vision and he like walks through the wall. It's Age of Ultron, and so like that's almost a shot for shot reenactment. But that has a great line, which is like, I hate, dude. There are times I talked about Twitter a lot today. There's times where like people say shit on Twitter, and I'm just kind of like, whatever. Then there's times like topics or like controversies like pop up on Twitter, and it like actively pisses me off.
Okay.
And it's normally when like people take something that people are enjoying a lot and they just decide like, oh, well, you're stupid and shit on it. And it's just like, why? Like, why are you like this? Like, what happened to you to make you like this?
What were they shitting on?
A lot of people really like the line from this scene where Vision and Wanda are talking about grief, and she's lost a lot of people, and he says like, well, I've never been able to love, like I've never had that feeling because I'm a fucking synthezoid. But then he said, and I'm going to butcher this, but whatever. That's why I don't screenwrite yet. What is love without, what is grief but love persevering?
Mm-hmm.
It's a great line. Like, objectively, is it a little corny? Yeah.
I wouldn't say so. I thought it was a really good line.
I loved it. Okay, cool. Then we're going to agree on that. I fucking loved it. Like, sometimes I hedge on stuff because I'm like, people might bitch at me about it. But, like, I really like that. I really like that line. I thought it came through really well. A lot of people gravitated towards it. They thought it was a great line. They expressed that on Twitter.
So what? There was people that were like hating on that line.
By like Saturday, people were like, "It's not that good of a line. You guys just don't understand writing, and like you're just caught up in the Disney machine." It's like, go fuck yourself. Like, really? Like, you're gonna like decide to rain on a parade less than 24 hours after this show is premiered?
I mean, I would say like in the context of that scene, it's a really good line. Like if you're just looking at it on its own without any basis for like why that line is being spoken, you could say it's like kind of ad-libish, like, oh, let's, here's 3 words: grief, love, and like perseverance. Like, make a fucking line out of this. But
that's not even my problem with it. It's literally people like, it feels like people seeing other people enjoying something and expressing that, and then a lot of people expressing that same sentiment,
right?
And it grows and grows and becomes this kind of larger than life moment where a lot of people like this one line or something from a show or from a movie, and then all of a sudden there's this like pretty vocal segment who just decide like, oh, you guys like all the same thing? Well, fuck you. I'm gonna be
that's literally anything and everything online.
I know, but like
you could like put up with the sky is blue and there'd be 50,000 people like arguing with you.
I know, but like
you cannot get
it just because it gets a little bigger and like people pop out a lot faster when it's something like this show where it is the most popular show right now. And so for them to feel like they're relevant, they just feel like they have to take this like complete opposite take.
I mean, or they legitimately feel like their opinion is the correct one. They legitimately feel that it's not.
And that's why America is beautiful, because they can express it.
I mean, if you're really wasting your time over like 10 words in a fucking Disney Plus Marvel show, you might have serious issues in your life. So
true.
But anyways, back to the episode.
Anywho, no, great line, great moment. One of the best of the series. And then we jump to her going to Sword.
Yeah. So she walks into Sword and demands to see Vision's body, and then has a run-in with Director Hayward.
Yeah.
Who then like very stupidly takes Wanda to Vision's body and it's like, here's our $3 billion vibranium lump. Yeah, no, you can't take him with you. Yeah. Sorry, but you can say goodbye to him from here.
Which she then like breaks the glass, like glides down, like tries to like sense him. She's like, I don't feel anything, and like walks out. But
yeah, so which is interesting because earlier in the season, Hayward had said that she stole Vision's body, which now we know from this scene she absolutely did not.
No, she watching it in this context completely reframes what actually happened and just shows that Hayward was downright lying blatantly to everybody when he showed them that, footage. He showed it completely out of context.
Which doesn't make a lot of sense because, like, jumping to the mid-credit scene, they clearly used Vision's body to, like, create this gray Vision. So, like, all the people he lied to in that briefing, are they just like, oh, okay, our director is a lying piece of shit. Like, clearly Wanda didn't steal the Vision.
No, he was telling that.
Excuse our Jindo digging holes over there.
I think the people that were in that room were in on the information of what really happened. The people that were in that room when he said that didn't really know, and he was lying to them to basically get them to go along so he could get to the point where he could reactivate Vision. Like, that was because it was said that that was a top secret project that like Darcy had to really dig to find out.
Mm-hmm.
And so, I think there were people within Sword who knew what he was really doing, obviously, because they were trying to reassemble his fucking body. But like, it adds more context to how Wanda really was coping with what had happened to Vision, and shows that she hadn't fully gone into grief mode yet. She had not really gone into, depressed freakazoid Wanda just yet, which happens in like 2 minutes after that scene. But
right.
It does give a lot more context to who Hayward is as a character. He's a piece of shit. And yeah, like it's also a really good scene. This whole episode was really good.
Right. And then the next scene is she, I guess Vision had bought a house or had bought land to build a house.
Yes.
Which
so she drives out.
Coincidentally is in Westview. So she drives out, finds this house, and then, or finds the piece of land and is walking around the piece of land, just kind of collapses in grief. And this is the moment that she creates
the hex.
Like, just basically the hex manifests outside, like
basically bursts out of her
and bursts out of her grief and out of this moment and is created.
Yeah. And basically, like, she creates Vision all over again. And that's when Agatha, and this whole time Agatha was trying to figure out how the hell Wanda did this.
Mm-hmm.
And she now realizes, oh my God, like, this is a very powerful witch. And she already knew that, but she didn't understand to what extent. And, she walks out and there's Agatha with her 2 kids on a magic leash, basically.
Yeah.
And she's like, you use chaos magic. You are a being that is one of the most powerful ever. You are
Scarlet Witch.
And I lost it. But yeah, like, this packed a lot of answers into this episode, but left a lot of questions still unanswered.
Mm-hmm.
And basically set it up to where this finale is gonna be nuts.
Yeah, I'm really I guess it was a pretty decent episode, but it was just a ton of like flashbacks and a ton of like,
it was basically just all flashbacks.
Yeah, it was all flashbacks, and it was taking stuff we already had a pretty good idea about and just fleshing it out in way more detail.
Yeah.
Like, we had already known about her parents getting killed by a Stark Industries bomb. We already knew about her being researched on by Hydra.
Okay, so hold on. Let's back up. So the bomb thing, I think the real reason they fleshed that out is to basically say that she wasn't just created by an Infinity Stone, that she had underlying magical powers to begin with, and that the Mind Stone then just amplified them.
Okay. So, anyways.
Because Agatha's basically saying, like, you used a probability hex to make the bomb not blow up. Like, that's where they're saying that she had powers already.
Yeah, sure. So my point was really, like, with that scene, we already knew about it. They went into more detail with it. The Hydra scene, we had already known about that.
Yeah.
Everything that happened in Age of Ultron between her and Vision, we knew about. The only like new material that we didn't know the exact circumstances was when she went to Sword and like her initial trip to Westview and like how the hex got created.
Yeah.
But there wasn't really like, a lot of furthering of the current story per se, right? Like, there wasn't, like, sure, we know all this more detail, but we have no more knowledge of like what is going to happen in the hex. Like, we don't know.
I really do think at this point, like, we are at the point where I don't think there's much else to happen in the hex. It's pretty much at the climax at this point already.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I thought in this episode they were gonna like get into how they're going to go to battle with Wanda in order to like not only do we not know any more of like who exactly is doing this, like who might be behind Agnes Harkness, but also like, you know, how exactly are they gonna like free this town of Wanda, right? Like, they're going to basically contain all that into one episode, which should be a really exciting episode.
I don't think so. Here's the thing: I don't think that they're going to fight Agatha. I think that it is going to be basically a team up with them versus what's his face, White Vision. So I think that's going to be the true conflict at the end of this. I don't think that they're going to fight Agatha because Agatha is not ever really a villain.
Yeah, that's not. I meant like, you know, we had talked about in episode 7, like, is someone behind Agatha? Like, is Mephisto behind Agatha?
But that's what I'm trying to say. I don't think there is anybody behind Agatha. I think Agatha was trying to find out what Wanda's powers were so that she could use her to basically keep somebody like Mephisto or Nightmare from materializing.
So she just like, it's pure coincidence that like she was in the town that Wanda just happened to like turn into the Hex.
I think she knew that there was this very this very powerful witch, and she wanted to find out who the hell it was and basically either get her powers or find out how to have her powers, and then realized like, okay, I can't really take her powers. Like, she's going to kick my ass. So it's really more of a, how do I get her to help me type of thing to stop whatever big magical thing is to be coming.
Okay. But we ended the episode, like, the cliffhanger was basically conflict between Wanda and Agatha. So,
but if you remember, not this past episode, but the episode before that, that also ended with her looking like she was going to be the, you know, this evil witchy, whatever you want to call it. And then basically the whole episode, she's trying to help her to unlock what was going on with her. Now, if that's for, you know, personal reasons.
Yeah, I think it was more for like nefarious reasons though. That wasn't like out of altruism to Wanda.
I think it's supposed to be a little bit more altruistic and to get her to understand what her powers are, to basically get her to help her with something, or to get her to use her powers with her. Like, because that's how it's always been construed in the comics, is that Agatha Harkness is like her mentor. And you really did sense some of that in this episode where Agatha is trying to push her to better understand what her powers are and to basically harness them in a more powerful way.
Right.
Because she is a powerful being. She's just never used them to their full extent. And I think that's what she's trying to get her to do.
Well, we'll see.
I'm excited for it, man. I really like this episode. There's going to be some big, crazy cameo in this last episode, a la Luke Skywalker. So,
you think so? Because everyone's saying now that it's just Paul Bettany fighting Paul Bettany.
Yeah, but that was something that Paul Bettany said.
Okay.
Elizabeth Olsen had a quote a month or two ago that she said like the last episode has a Luke Skywalker level cameo.
Oh shit. Okay.
So somebody that nobody has been talking about yet is coming, and it's going to be nuts, and it's going to blow people's minds.
Hope it's Thanos.
That'd be insane. I'd throw my computer.
It's not going to be. But...
Well, Ryan, that was another fun episode.
Yeah.
The Jason Witten episode.
He just means number 82 by that.
Yeah,
Jason Witten's number was 82.
For people who are not
has
Dallas.
No idea who Jason Witten is.
For non-Dallas Cowboys fans.
Yeah.
But that was
Probably
fun.
the majority of our audience.
For sure. But that was a lot of fun talking about the Golden Globes and WandaVision. Yes. So, everybody, we will be back on Thursday live streaming this ish. Be sure to check out Furloughed Film Talks Instagram and Furloughed Film Twitter. And be sure to tell 3 of your friends. Ryan, anything to add? Everybody, be safe this week. We will see y'all on Thursday.
Adios, amigos.
I love you.